It's Karen, the Weekend Craftaholic. Thanks for joining me for day 4. And today we're going to make mason jar lights. And you can see my inspiration here on Pinterest is from Instrupix. So all the details are down below if you'd like to check out the original post. These jars came in a set of 6 from Kmart. They're actually preserving jars. I already had the twine. Of course I had my trusty Mod Podge and some silver glitter as well. And I have this huge bag of Epsom salts from Kmart that I got. It was a 3 kilo bag that was on special, and I was going to make some bath salts with it but never got around to it. So what I've done, I've just put some of those into this little glass jar here, and I'm just mixing it up with the silver glitter. Now I'm not even sure what the true, I don't know what the percentage is mix for each of these. So you can see I do decide to add a bit more Epsom salts because I'm assuming the Epsom salts are to make it a little bit more see-through on the glass rather than just have it solid glitter. So I've probably got 60% Epsom salts, 40% glitter I would say, or maybe even 70-30, I'm not too sure. And I'm also making an assumption that this gets glued to the outside of the glass rather than the inside, because if we're going to put a little tea light candle in the middle, we need to make sure it's going to be flame retardant and it's going to be nice and safe. So again, I think this project is going to be great for older children. It's a nice little messy, very quick project we can do. I think this took me about 15 minutes to do. And you can see here I am just wiping all of that Mod Podge onto the outside of the glass. Now very similar to day 3 if you saw yesterday when I did the little Santa treat holders where I was putting the Mod Podge on the outside of the terracotta pots. Exactly the same process, and this time we're sprinkling all of the outside with this mixture of glitter. I'm quite sure how much I needed, but none of it goes to waste because you'll see at the end I end up making a second jar anyway with this leftover mix. I of course want to make sure that there's no patchy bits, so I'm going over this very thoroughly, even where I've already been, making sure I've gone over twice, and then I'm just going to scoop that all back into the jar for next time. Okay, so that is my finished jar and it looks really nice already as it is, but I do obviously need to let that set and dry for a little while, which I do, and I'm back now just showing you my next step. So next step is with this twine. Now again I need the Mod Podge just to kind of make sure it adheres to the lid of this jar, and this isn't a mason jar as well, I should say. The Pinterest inspiration was a mason jar, but I just use what you've got to hand. The second one I do is actually an Old Spice jar, which it just had some cooking sauces in it, so use whatever you've got to hand. You know, that's the beauty of making handmade crafts, I think. I did start to put this twine across the lid similar to yesterday's project, which I did with the wool. If you've not seen that, I'll put links to it below. But I then realised, you know, it's just too uniform, it's too neat, I need to make it really messy. So this is where I start to speed up. Just want it to look kind of tangled, you know, kind of a messy, you know, so it's just put there look. And so I think I've got enough now, so I'm just cutting that off, and again I'm just using a bit more of that Mod Podge that's on the side of the glass just to make sure that end sticks down. Now I did buy this very cheap mistletoe from the Reject store. It was only a couple of dollars, which I thought would be perfect for this project, but as you can see it's a little bit too big, isn't it? I set it up, this is the look of it at night. I absolutely love the look of the jar itself with the glitter and the Epsom salts. It really does a great effect, but I wasn't too pleased with my little decoration, which is why I went to make a second jar. And doesn't it look so much better? It was a bigger jar, so the proportions were a lot more balanced. Even the bow on the top looks so much better than it did with the smallest jar. So please learn from my mistakes and just consider that when you're putting it all together. But apart from that, I really enjoyed doing that little mason jar light, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow for day 5 of my 12 days of Christmas. So please join me then. Thanks for watching.